these beanbags. Let me get some beanbags. So what's up, y'all?
That's
I feel
good.
like I'm looking low, but y'all know this is my dog Jizzle.
Yeah, we about to set this bitch on fire.
Right, it's long overdue for us to do a podcast. Y'all know we y'all favorite ones to listen to,
Right.
male and female.
Right.
You know. So look, this is what we've been exploring recently, y'all. Talking about masculine and feminine energy and stuff like that. So I just thought it would be good for us to get online, share our thoughts and stuff with the world. We know how influential we are, and just how much the world need us. So we just
Right.
out here to connect with ourselves. And just see what was up. Jizzle put me on to a lot of new music, y'all. And I've been listening to some masculine energy music and just been trying to identify what's healed masculine energy and what's wounded masculine energy. So obviously I want to be more with the healed energy. So I don't even know what that look like. What you think?
A lot of, I say a lot of men are wounded from childhood, lack of father figure, lack of finances growing up, stuff like that. That stuff can really like wound you. Like for instance, a guy will be like, "Fuck bitches, get money," but it's the fact of you might not have a lot growing up, so you put money before a lot of things, but in the action of chasing money, you forget to attach yourself to the world. So you detach yourself from the world. So a lot of men do that. They get money and they can have $1 million, but they forget.
Miserable.
Yeah, $1 million and miserable. So that's why
Somebody need to make a book out of that, because I know it's a million out here that can vouch. $1 million in miserable out this bitch.
Right.
Like,
Because even when you got a lot, if you ain't got nobody to share it with, it don't even matter.
yeah, you gotta have people around you that love you, that support you.
Yeah, I feel like men wounded from that. Street shit, friends getting killed, jail, people not really. As an African American male, if you don't have no money, you ain't really got no value out here.
Yeah.
It don't really matter how smart you are, how many,
But why
how
is
you-
that? Do you think men contribute to that narrative any? I mean, I know the world do, but I guess I just also look at it as, do it really got to be that way?
It don't gotta be that way, but that's the way men get treated. If they don't got nothing, they get treated like that. So it's like, the average guy with no money ain't got most of them ain't gonna go talk to the most attractive woman, because the most attractive woman probably gonna pick the guy with some.
Okay, boom. So this is a download I just literally got. Y'all know how I do my spiritual download. So is it really that, like, those instances aren't possible, or is it that it's not possible because of our narrative and our standing and where we come from? Because, obviously, how we view the world is only based on our perspective.
Right.
So it's like, just because we not seeing a man being worthy unless they got money, because that's our culture. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess what I'm trying to get to is that a part of the wounded masculine energy? Because men is somewhere where men are feeling worthy and, like, still good about themselves despite the lack of finances they have. You get what I'm saying? Because there's somebody out here that values, emotional fulfillment or spiritual fulfillment more than finances. So they not really lacking in those areas. You get what I'm saying? That's something like, is it a wounded energy?
It is people that value that, but it's not many. But I think it is like a wound, like it's...
Like, that's a wounded perspective
Yeah, it's
to
a
idolize
wounded.
money and...
Yeah, it's wounded. I got wounded. Shit, I don't...
Shit, I got wounded. Like, I know damn.
But then
I got
again, also
wounded.
though, I done also...
This is for me.
I done dealt with some people, some women that dealt with like other dudes, but the other dudes had more than me, and I was younger.
But it's like, according to what? Like, what did you consider more than you?
Like more money, car, shit like that. Been time I ain't had probably $20 in my name when I was young, no car. You feel what I'm saying? But I was fucking the niggas, bitches that had all that shit.
But so then when you tap into the reason, understanding why. So it's like, what other qualities do you bring to the table? Because, like, even me as a female, I think about that, and it's like, yeah, the money and the having for y'all, all that is good, but it's like, can I be emotionally fulfilled? Like, can you talk to me? Can we spend quality time? Like, cause that's feminine energy is still very much so like, you know, nurturing and like, you know, the assurance piece and just all that stuff matters.
Yeah, I think that's what it was for me. I know how to fulfill people like emotion. My mama taught me that.
Everybody got their own thing. Like,
my mama taught me that because me, I'm gonna win. I feel like with me versus any other nigga, I'm gonna win every time, any fucking way. Cause life is in the mind.
And when you know how to connect with people authentically, it's like you really never lose.
Right, and then once you mentally, it's like life is in your mind. So once you understand this shit and you learn and you tap into who you are, and then you know like psychology, not like you would use it on people, but you would, like if I want to have a conversation, I could ask certain questions to get what I want. Yeah, like definitely. I could throw like a curveball. We could be at a bar and I could be like, you out here pretty late, don't you got work tomorrow? Oh no, I'm off for my job the next week and a half. And it's like, okay, now I know that. Now, what you doing in this week and a half? What you like to do? What the hell you doing, bitch? What's going on?
What's good?
Yeah,
what you got going on?
I can guide this shit. I can make it go.
See, stuff like that I think is healthy. Like, certain energies is like I guess that's the whole point of doing the podcast, is to explore more like what does wounded masculine energy look like. And for me, that's kind of like, you know, idolizing just sex and idolizing just money, when obviously, like, you know, emotional fulfillment is a thing, and like, you know, spiritual fulfillment and commitment and all that is a thing too.
Right.
Because you know, niggas strive to think that, yeah, like, you know, I'm good, I'm wrapped up, I'm sacked up, or, you know, I don't need no woman, or I don't need no friends, I don't need this, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Need
we do.
Yeah.
So
humans need each other too.
Yeah.
Humans need each other. That's what some people set themselves up.
We wired to need people.
Right. Some people set themselves up mentally like, I don't need anyone at all.
And that's
and then that's when that's when they might have a bunch of money or some shit, but you a wealthy, lonely motherfucker. You don't know nobody. You ain't built no relationships. Shit like that. People really be fucked up because they don't think they need nobody.
Yeah, that's not a good way to think. Like,
and then people say some shit like, I'm a logical thinker, so it'd be like, you got a motherfucker that be like, oh, what you want to do? I want to own like 2-3 businesses. But you the same person to be like, I don't need nobody. But it's like, who the hell gonna come to your business if you don't know nobody?
Right.
How you gonna
own? That's a fact. Business owners take note.
Yeah, how the hell you gonna own?
How that work though? Like, don't you need customers to run a successful business? Like, y'all got it fucked up. Yeah.
Just some shit to repost on Instagram. You motherfuckers be like.
Yeah, they do though. That heavy on the lies.
Right.
But that's so, and then we gonna tap into this feminine energy too. I mean, I feel like I can sit and relate and talk about this all day, because I definitely identify with a lot of more masculine energy. So I like to think, because I honestly think a lot of my wounded energy is probably my masculine energy versus my feminine energy, because I do know how to be nurturing and tap in and all that. I think, yeah, I just think I identify with wounded masculine men, like men that are emotionally unavailable, men that, like, you know, their love and expression is doing for, like, you know, other people, versus, like, you know, verbally expressing it. And people need verbal expression. Like, you need to give people you need to love people how they need to be loved.
Say that shit.
Yeah.
Verbal expression. I'm a verbal nigga. I feel like verbal expression is needed in society today, because everybody can hide behind like the medias and text messages and shit like that. That's why a lot of classic people speak their mind to you, because they really won't no hiding behind those Instagram or hiding behind no Twitter and shit like that. Like today's time, it's just hiding. Everybody want to say shit, but it's tight. They don't really want to verbalize it. And even today, people closest to them, like their own significant other. Like I talk to girls, they want to spaz out in a text message. I'm like, I ain't got time for this shit. I'm driving. Like, yo, hello. Yeah, you start talking about now? Motherfucking buff. Some mother press ignore. Send another message and be like,
no,
if I don't want to talk right now. If I talk, I'm a spaz.
Well, you need to have, because that's a part of emotion. So, you know, it's funny. I just had
emotional intelligence. That's what people don't.
But I just had. I was trying not to go off. I'm on some shit like, knowing I'm feeling some type of way, but I ain't saying that. And then we get on the phone, like, clearly it comes out in my emotions of what I said that I'm feeling some type of way. And niggas just think that is so funny. Like, what? I think it has everything to do with showing the emotion, though. Because it's hard to read people when they're not showing. Like, anger is even an emotion.
Yeah, it's emotion.
So it's kind of like showing me you angry is still showing that you care in a sense.
Right.
You know?
Or feel some type of way.
Yeah, because you don't feel. But then when you think about it, where do we even get that from? Feel some type of way.
Oh, you said where do we get it from?
Yeah, like what the fuck does that even mean? Because if you feel some type of way, like you should be able to identify what that feeling is. So it's like you feel what type of way. Like feeling some type of way is not a statement. That's not a feeling word.
Shit, Rich Homie Quan made that shit global and motherfuckers went for that.
Wounded energy. Because what the fuck is feeling some type of way? All these feelings and emotions and the feelings were, and you what is some type of way? What is the way?
Made me feel some type of way.
No, like really, what is the way? Like,
I mean, all those. And like people feel jealousy, hate. It's all type of, but like they don't know how to identify. It's just like
maybe that's what the word. Maybe some type of way is to not identify.
Not knowing how to identify what you feel is like some people don't know how they feel. Like it been like late last year.
People don't want to know how they feel. People don't want to sit with their emotions.
Late last year, like it was about October, November, somewhere around there. I just felt down. I'm like, what the fuck? You know me, I'm an up ass nigga. I felt down. Like, what the hell wrong with me? Like, I feel just down. I still love music. I'm still into it, but I just everything just feel down. Like I don't feel like going nowhere. I just feel like sitting there. So after like a day and a half, I'm like, what the hell? Why? I'm asking, what the fuck do I feel down? I'm eating, you feel what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm down. Like, what the fuck going on? I didn't know how to identify what the fuck was going on. So I called.
So what do you do to identify?
I called one of my in tune female friends. She was like, I might be No, matter of fact, what happened was I started Googling shit like, no, that wasn't it. I was getting some motherfucking food from this new Chinese spot, and I'm standing in line. The news on that shit say many Americans are going through seasonal depression, and this is the
I'm like, what? I know. I was really about to say. I was gonna say, do you got seasonal depression? Because
I'm looking at that news shit like
just assume that
shit.
Like.
I got
like 2 weeks ago.
We got motherfuckers that's coming up there talking how they feel, and you got, I'm like,
definitely,
damn.
I definitely.
I'm like, your boy got seasonal depression. I'm like, what the fuck? Your boy got seasonal depression.
Cause I'm a spring baby. I operate and thrive best when the sun is out.
I'm got a seasonal depression. I'm looking at my like, oh no, I don't do that depression shit. So like, that's when I called my friend, and she was just running it to me. But I think that's what seasonal depression. But that shit ain't last.
It's seasonal.
Yeah, a couple days for me. That was it. But I
maybe
didn't know.
You just needed to acknowledge and be self-aware. That's what it was.
Yeah, but cause I ain't never felt people like they be depressed and shit. But I ain't really never been the type to be depressed. I don't. And then I don't know. I be feeling like I'm an African American.
Is for depression, it has to be for an extended amount of time.
Yeah, and then also I feel like being that I'm like. Say an African American male, I think that I might have been depressed before, but might not knew it. You know what I'm saying? I might, because people be depressed, but don't be knowing it. Yeah. And so I don't know. But I don't feel down. I don't feel like out of it. I don't feel like I want to kill myself. I don't feel like. I don't know. I think I just be finding shit to do. I find something to do when like if my mind drifts into a bad place, I find some shit to do. I find somebody to talk to, but me expressing myself help me with like my peace of mind. I gotta say what's on I gotta say shit.